Welcome to the Foundations of Teaching for Learning. This is week 1 on getting to know curriculum. And lecture 1 today will focus on the concept of curriculum. Curriculum, what is it? Actually, there is a lot of confusion about this word curriculum. And some will say curriculum means fulfilling certain purpose or an objective. Some will say it's a bunch of lesson plans. And some will say it's a delivery mechanism. And some might say it is the techniques and tools that's used in teaching. And some will say it's educational materials. So actually, what is it and how this idea came about? For this, we may want to look back and how it originated. Actually, it's from the word curere, a Latin word meaning running a race or race course. And what it means is different kinds of action, deeds, and experiences that is provided for students in a learning process for the child's growth and development. So that is what curere means. And it can be seen as an umbrella term that encompasses all planned and unplanned experiences that is provided in an education institution like school. We can see a curriculum in two different perspectives. One is the macro level perspective, the other one is micro. Macro level perspective gives a broader definition about curriculum. It is about anything and everything around us that provides an opportunity for learning. So that can be considered as part of curriculum. And at this point, I would like to highlight what Michel de Montaigne has said about curriculum. He says, in true education, anything that comes to our hand is as good as a book. The prank of a page boy, the blunder of a servant, a bit of table talk, they are all part of the curriculum. So curriculum can be like everything that we sense around, we feel, that provides us some kind of experiences that allows us to grow in some ways. At the micro perspective level, it is very much educational institution based, and it is streamlined and directed to fulfill certain needs of the government or the community. And it is actually aimed at fulfilling bigger goals like producing certain kind of workforce that is needed for the nation. And based on these needs, the curriculum is designed and implemented accordingly. Curriculum at this micro perspective level, it is considered more as a plan of action for learning. So it is reduced to a formal written document that systematically describes the course of study and it's appropriate with the educational level. And it includes all the different subjects, courses, learning objectives, skills, knowledge, and values that need to be instilled in the children, and the content, learning outcomes or experiences, and the evaluation formats and procedures. And curriculum is defined very clearly by Tanner and Tanner. They say that the curriculum is the planned and guided learning experiences and intended outcomes formulated through the systematic reconstruction of knowledge and experiences under the auspices of the school for the learner's continuous and willful growth in personal and social competence. Curriculum can also be seen as a framework in an educational context that shapes and guides teaching learning process. It is a kind of roadmap that is given to teachers to follow through. And deeper level analysis also talks about it is the what, why, and how of education. And these are very important questions that need to be raised in order to understand the purpose of the curriculum. There are 3 major questions in curriculum. Let's take a look at the 3 questions here. What knowledge, skills, and values are most worthwhile? Whether it is sciences, creative and critical thinking skills. So in your system, you may want to think about what are the knowledge, skills, and values that is given importance and why. Question number 2 leads to the question, why are they most worthwhile? What is the reason that this particular knowledge, skills, and values are emphasized in the curriculum in your country? So what is the background story for this? And we can also take a look at the third question. How should they be imparted to the children so that it will bring about the experience in them. So what methods is used, what strategies are being used, and what kind of changes in behavior is happening. These may be some important questions that we may want to ponder upon in curriculum development. There is actually a source of confusion when we come to the terms curriculum and syllabus. Most often, people use these two terms interchangeably, but there is a difference between the two. Curriculum refers to a more comprehensive educational package involving the conceptualization, planning, designing, and detailing of a comprehensive learning program for the benefit of deploying it in the schools. So it is the bigger idea, the bigger goal and objective of teaching learning in an institution. Example, elementary school curriculum. It is based on the need for the different kinds of knowledge, skills, and values that children attending in elementary schools should possess. The subjects, formal and informal learning and co-curriculum experiences are planned accordingly. Okay, now take a look at this definition of a syllabus. What is it about and how it differs from a curriculum? For example, if we take social studies subject for year 1 students in an elementary level school, it may contain the objectives of the subject, the planned content or the coverage of the subject matter, teaching techniques and strategies, the learning outcome, and the learning activities that will provide the learning outcome for the students, and finally the evaluation methods and procedures. So these are the components that we could find in a syllabus. Now we have come to Think, Pair, Share section. Here with a colleague of yours, you may want to think about the 3 questions laid out here. Think about what is the difference between a syllabus and a curriculum in your school and classroom setting. What is the basis for the curriculum that is provided for your students? I mean, what knowledge, skills, and values are considered most worthwhile and why? And how much scope do you have for the invention and creation of activities beyond the prescribed curriculum? Think about these questions and come up with some ideas that may be helpful in understanding this topic further. And thank you very much, and I shall see you in the next lecture on aspects of curriculum. See you later.